Welcome back to Slushie Review. This is Keith.
And this is Chris.
Today we are reviewing A Haunting in Venice. Scary movie. Young Keith had no idea what this movie was called when it came out. I knew I wanted to see it. And if you listen to our past episodes, which I haven't released yet, so probably not. So now that I'm thinking about it.
So good luck.
So you'll understand. I'll just tell it again.
No, it was in one of them. It was in one of the episodes.
Oh, it was Mutant. Listened. I think it was Mutant Mayhem. Had to have been.
No.
Or it was Blue Beetle then.
Yeah, I think it was Blue Beetle.
Okay. We saw the trailer. And Chris was like, oh, we're going to see that. And I was like, ha ha ha, it's a scary movie. We don't.
Yeah, we were walking through the theater and I was like, hey, there's the poster. And you're like, no. Why do you keep bringing this up?
Shut up about the sun.
Shut up about Venice.
And then I was like, this guy, he's a funny guy over here. Office funny guy. And then back again, he was like, so, do you want to go see it? I was like, shut the fuck up about this. We're not seeing this movie. It's a scary movie.
Are you in it?
Just tell me. You're like, the Hercule Poirot movie. I was like, oh yeah, I definitely want to see that.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah, idiot. Why wouldn't I want to see a Poirot movie? I love Hercule Poirot. I've seen all his movies. Haunting in Venice, no.
That reminds me where Ryan was like, oh, Smokey Robinson died. He's like, no, he didn't. He's like, oh, it's just my imagination. Yeah, all right, whatever, Jim.
God.
The Smoke Dog.
He's gonna be in town.
Who's opening for him? That?
No. You know what? He would not approve.
You know what, Ryan? I talked to the other gays. You guys can get married. No,
we're okay with it. Nope, not
till everybody.
Tell everyone.
I talked to the other gays. Yeah, it's fine. We're okay.
We're good with it.
He was like, no. They don't really seem like they care. Okay, now we want you to take sides. Anywho.
Both sides.
Yeah, both. Let's see what else we got.
This is pretty new, right?
It came out last week.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Spoiler alert. Thank you for reminding me. It's a classic whodunit.
He even says it in the movie.
He does say it in the movie. Last episode we did was also a classic whodunit. That was the end of our Mystery December. Hashtag Mystery May.
To remember.
Hashtag to Spooky September.
Ooh.
That's what these last two movies that I haven't done since December. So yeah. Good times. Nice. We're going to get it to come back around, okay, guys? Like, whenever I release these episodes. Anyway.
Well, they get them when they get them.
No, facts. It's just, we should probably stop. Not we, because this isn't Chris' fault. This is my fault. I probably shouldn't start naming Mystery May and then only release one in May.
Well, who among us?
I don't know. What was my, what was the last episode that just got released?
Glass Onion. Also a pretty good whodunit.
Did you see the description on that?
It was like Year of Mystery or something, or
hilarious. I said continue.
Our Age of Mystery series. God.
That was good.
Our Age of Ultron series.
That's good, right? Like that's pretty damn good. I mean,
Avengers Age of Mystery.
Listen, when I tell you I can spin some shit, welcome to the spin zone. Check-in time now, check-out time never. HELL double hockey sticks.
One hell Stanley.
All right, it's not an office podcast. We have slushies today. What did you get? Tell the people.
Me?
El Clasico.
Who, me? Yes, I am keeping it old school for myself with a little
Word.
a cherry cola. Word.
Your
Little cherry cola.
cherry cola.
Never heard me in my life. Not like that. Was it fucking raspberry hibiscus nonsense that you were brave enough to try?
I did try it.
I almost tried it, and then I saw the look on your face, and I was like, I don't need that.
It was gross.
I don't need that in my life.
You should have tried the blueberry hibiscus.
I should have. The orange blueberry. The blueberry
that
hibiscus
didn't look frozen
was
at all.
orange. And the raspberry one was purple.
I guess I never thought of it. Okay. Yeah, because you said it.
I feel like they maybe got the labels mixed up or the thingies mixed up.
That's a good point.
Or maybe there's just so few artificial dyes in the blueberry one that it's orange. I don't know.
Sounds dumb.
I'm not a
You know what?
sciencer.
You said it. You picked that up. I didn't pick it up. I was like, oh, yeah, it would be crazy if that was a different color. And now that I think about it, it should have definitely fucking been. The raspberry hibiscus should not have been purple. I didn't even think twice.
Yeah, I mean,
So, yeah, it didn't taste like raspberry. It
I love
tasted
the
like
color.
shit.
love the color.
Oh,
It would look great on me.
Well, 100%. Donatello. Let's go.
All the way.
100%. Absolutely. But either way, my slushie, it's gross.
What?
I got cherry
Is it?
and pina colada.
Oh.
It's too much pina colada for me. I like a little. I kind of like coconut sparingly. I don't like it like that.
Always with the coconut.
Yeah.
That's original. Coconut's very subtle.
You don't even know my name. The fucking Lizard King.
You want to get in a street fight with me?
What's that? You soft penile,
Penis debutante.
ineffectual debutante. I don't even know it's almost like you don't know me at all. It's almost like you don't know Iron Chef food at all. He was so upset about that.
He's great. And all the people who stopped watching The Office after season 7 missed out.
Bruh. I agree. Same.
Was it 7? Whichever
Yeah,
one, whenever
7.
Michael left, whenever they decided
7.
they missed some great stuff.
Andy was the manager first episode of Office season 8. Yep. So because it was 7, because they went all the way through. Because then after Michael left, Will Ferrell came, and then after he
He
died,
had 3 episodes. He didn't die.
he died.
His brain died.
No, he died.
No, he didn't die. His
Okay.
brain died.
They said he died.
That's what Kevin says. Kevin's like, his brain died.
He definitely died.
Downtown.
That time that right. Looks at the camera.
Kevin, you want to sit under the basket?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't even want this. I had cake for
Why
lunch.
am I? Uh-oh.
He's making like a fucking s'more on the coffee maker, throws it in the trash, and then hits the door his way on this chocolate handprint.
Let's go.
Hilarious.
We're going for a sales call? Let's go.
Hilarious.
Not dead. I don't even know what we're talking about anymore.
We're talking about The Office. What we're talking about.
That's what it
There's a
sounds like.
movie in here somewhere.
Yeah. 9 minutes strong on the Office talk.
Hey, I could keep going.
I mean, that's what she said. Yeah. Jinx, you owe me some coke. Okay, let's take a break. We'll be back with the cast with the young Chris.
We're silly.
Silly gooses. Thank you for listening. We definitely appreciate it. Make sure you follow us at Slushie Review on Twitter at Slushie Review. You can also check us out on YouTube. Just search Slushie Review. We pop up. We're the first result. And then check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And also, coming soon, Instagram. Follow us on IG.
The Gram.
At Slushie Review Podcast.
Yes.
We just started it. Need some followers. Need some likes. Welcome back to Slushie Review. where pimps don't cry. Pimps don't cry. Anyway. Gay bitches better be using Jimmy's. I'll tell you that much.
Fucking tracks.
Who got you whose baby is that?
Bucket hat. God.
Yeah, the knife. I was in a dark place. I said, there's no pimp. He had poison ivy, yo. Remember, you were ass up. Poison ivy everywhere. All right, how about? Let's do the cast of A Haunting in Venice
Let's do.
with young Chris.
Okay. So, starting out, we're back again, returning, Kenneth Branagh as Hercule Poirot.
Same.
We've got Riccardo Scamarcio as Vital Portfolio, his bodyguard / former policeman.
Yep.
But we don't know that yet. But we do because we saw it. Tina Fey as Ariane Oliver, the author and old friend of Poirot. Kind of a bitch, if you ask me. But who's asking? Camille Cotton as Olga Semenoff. Kelly Riley as Rowena Drake. Jude Hill as Leopold Ferrier. Jamie Dornan as Dr. Leslie Ferrier. Dr. Henry Cavill. Dr. Superman. Dr. Kal-El. Rowan Robinson as Alicia Drake. The murderee. The victim.
Yeah.
Michelle.
The murderee.
The murderer. Murderee.
We should do that. Who murdered this murderee?
Yes. Michelle Yeoh as Mrs. Reynolds, the medium. Emma Laird as Desdemona Holland. Kyle Allen as Maxime Gerard. Ali Khan as Nicholas Holland. And that's about it.
That's definitely it. Unless you want to talk about the gondoliero.
No. No, I don't.
He was credited.
He looks interesting. No, he doesn't. He's just some guy in a black t-shirt.
So I thought his name was Maxine. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's interesting. I didn't know Maxine was a man's name. I was like, I like it. That's cool. And I was completely wrong. It's not a man's name. It is a woman's name, apparently.
It was close, though.
I was close.
Maxime.
One M. Just like in real life. I said the N when I should have said the M. Crazy.
Oh. Oh, my. Did you say it on the news or on national television while you were calling a baseball game?
Listen. None the wiser. What did I say?
No apologies coming out either.
You can boo me all you want. Either way.
So that is the plot. Let's hand it over to Keith that was the cast of Haunting in Venice. Let's hand it over to Keith for the plot. That was the plot. Let's hand it over to Keith for the plot.
Well, that was also the plot. Yep. Let's hand it back over to Chris.
Plotting on it.
Okay, the plot of A Haunting in Venice. It is a scary movie. So basically, Hercule Poirot is retired. He is living his life, measuring oofs, as per usual. And he gets caught in by this lady, Tina Fey, who's an author, and she wrote about him. I'm assuming she's like a Agatha Christie type, I assume.
Yeah, like a self-insert type.
Yeah. It's like, this writer made you famous. What was her name? Pagatha Christie. No rhymes.
Sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Schwarzenegger. Tom Cruise. Like... No. That was the one before. Katie Holmes. Oh, Dawson's Creek.
God. No.
Anyway, I have no idea where I was at, but so Hercule Poirot gets talked into solving a crime. Or no, I'm sorry. He gets talked into going into a seance because this author thing was she said, hey, there's this medium who been solving murders. He's like, well, I don't believe in ghosts, so no. She goes, well, she's pretty good. And they're doing a seance tonight. You should come. He said, sure, why not? Haven't been to a good seance in a while. They go to this seance and bodies start hitting the floor. Okay, people start dying in a big way. And it looks like a ghost. He starts seeing things. Wonder what that's about. He was seeing ghosts. He was talking to ghosts. He was hearing the children. Everyone else was convinced that the medium was correct, but not Poirot until he starts seeing ghosts. And that is the plot of A Haunting in Venice. And then at the end, does he solve it? Go watch it. You'll find out.
I'm going to guess that he figures it out.
Classic whodunit.
Just a guess.
I think I saw Inception.
I did not. I can tell you that.
Did you not see it?
No.
It was okay. But it was kind of also like, all right. I think that was the one about his children dying. Yeah. So like Leonardo DiCaprio was like his family got killed, and they're trying to figure out what's happening and blah 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 whatever. He did it, or no, mom did it. The mom, his wife, killed the kids. He didn't know this.
Okay.
So then they have to go into people's mind. They put you to sleep, and then they incept your brain. It's a whole thing. A lot of people are in it. And then at the end, because everybody has like what they call, I don't think it's called a totem, but basically a totem. But they hold on to something, and it has to be movable so that you can tell if you're dreaming or if you're not. And so like he had a top, and he spun it, and when he wasn't dreaming, it would stop spinning like a top does. Like he was spinning on the table, and then it would stop spinning because, gravity, stuff like that, whatever. At the end of the movie, he spins a top, and it just spins and spins and spins for like 10 seconds. And then all of a sudden, it looked like it's about to fall over, and then it cuts to black.
Yeah, and then the movie ends.
And then it's like, was he dreaming or was he not? Like, we don't know. And it's never been explained. So, and then the director was like, you can, whatever you think it is. I'm like, all right, well.
I'm not writing your movie for you.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here? Like, it's up to your interpretation. Bitch, show me the movie. You're the director. But anywho, that was a plot. Let's go into likes.
Okay.
Well, you go first.
Okay. First thing before I do my likes, let me tell you how stupid I am.
Yes.
We were sitting in there to watch this movie, and I think it was like whatever the year popped up that it's set in.
47.
40 something. And a seagull flies into frame of the movie, and for some reason my brain is like, a seagull? What year is this? And I have no idea why I thought that. But I was like, these are too new.
Seagulls weren't invented until 2012.
I was like, seagulls are a newer brand of bird.
Those might have been beagles.
I don't know
seagulls?
what happened in my head. I was like, seagulls, what year is this? And I was like, I'm a fucking moron.
Even after looking at the year?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah, I was like, who are they trying to fool?
Completely unbelievable. 0 out of 5.
Who are you trying to kid? Come on, seagulls.
Oh, all of a sudden they got a time machine in this movie. This is ridiculous.
I don't know what I was thinking, but that's the first thing that happened in my brain.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, well, there's something wrong with me.
Did you write down dislike seagulls?
Yeah. Historical inaccuracy. Seagulls. In this climate?
In all climates.
Worldwide.
Worldwide prestige.
Okay.
Prestige worldwide.
So, first like I wrote down, Clothesline from Hell.
Mm-hmm.
When that fucking dude was just like hounding Hercule Poirot. Be like, my family. And Officer Bodyguard just like came around the corner like fucking JBL and took that man down with a lariat. Dunzo. And then people were chasing him across the bridge and he was like hip checking him into the water.
It's great.
I liked it.
Bodyguard was funny.
It's the first thing I wrote. And I'll just go with Bodyguard in general because that was great. And also the fact that he cannot take a punch, I thought was amazing.
I missed it.
Because he opens the door, or like that when the sister of like the two who are the assistants runs out of the room, sees him, immediately punches him in the mush. And he goes down like a ton of bricks.
Sack of potatoes.
Then they're tied to a chair. And he unties her, immediately like slaps him in the mouth, and I think he went down again.
That's the part I missed. Because I was like, why are they free?
I was cracking up.
And why is no one asking questions about why they're free? Because they were tied up.
She was beating his ass.
Yeah.
And I thought it was hilarious.
It was funny.
But I liked him. He looked very much like he would just beat the shit out of you.
But now, you know what? Now I was thinking about it. It makes sense that because they were working together. Mm-hmm. Him and the
assistants, and
I didn't even think about that.
So like, I believed it because I was like, this man is huge, and she just knocked his ass out. Watch out for her. But I don't know. I liked him. He looked cool.
He did. Actually.
I don't know. He looked like he could be the star of like an action movie or something.
A man's man. Man, that's what it was.
Like William Regal. Oh no, I thought he looked pretty sweet, and I just thought it was funny that he got a shit rocked like twice, but he leveled that dude with that clothesline. Yeah, I thought it was amazing.
For sure.
Because in the first one, Poirot clotheslines a man with his cane.
Yes.
And I was like, all right, we're getting back to our roots. We're getting back to our roots in this franchise.
Yeah.
It's taking him out of the neck.
I agree. I love it. That was great.
I liked it. That was my first like.
My first like, I wrote oofs again. He was fucking measuring eggs. This guy picked up 2 eggs and they were different colors. Immediately no. I was like, immediately no. Yep. Then he pulled out the measuring stick or the tape measure, measured one, and then he got interrupted. And I was like, thank God. Because this could have been an all-day thing.
And then they cut to the table where he had the 2 different eggs in the cups.
Oh, did he?
Yeah,
I didn't see that.
They cut to like his little table he was sitting at, and he had the brown egg and like the white egg, and they were clearly different sizes in the thing. I was like, this man's gonna starve to death.
Well, he didn't eat them the first time.
This man ain't eating. To be fair, yeah, I think he gave them to the kid, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
After all that, kid run around, grab some eggs. Oh, these are for you, idiot. But that was my first. It's just a callback, you know. That was my first like.
I like it. Okay. Next one I wrote, I like that Poirot doesn't believe in God. At least at one point in this movie he states that. Because in order for, like the long and short of it, it was longer and more eloquent than I could put it, and I could repeat it, was basically, I've seen too much shit in this world to believe in God.
Facts.
Like, I've seen people who are supposedly created by God. I think he goes something along the lines of, if ghosts exist, that necessitates the existence of the human soul. If the human soul exists, that means that God must have created it, and I can't believe in a God that would allow the atrocities that I've seen in the world. 100%. So therefore, ghosts are bullshit.
Ipso facto.
So's God. I was like, you know what?
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I was like, this man's been to war. At least one. Maybe both at that point. No, definitely the first one. He's probably too old for the second one. But definitely he was in the first one.
Yeah, because the second one was only like 5 years before. Yeah. 6 years before.
Yeah,
so
he was busy catching his best friend, the murderer in Egypt.
Book. Honestly, I thought the doctor was Book at first. I was like, how did he come back?
I was wondering. I was like, is this going to be like a earlier in the timeline thing, or are we just going to skip around and like in one movie Book is a murderer and the other one he's just like banging whores again and they're just hanging out?
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. Because the way he looked, I was like, this looks like Book. I was like, he's dead. There are ghosts. Yeah. I was like, there's really ghosts in this movie.
And he's talking to him
because Book is dead.
Bruce Willis,
right?
The whole time.
It's insane.
But yeah, I liked his skepticism.
Facts.
But I really did like the line about like God can't be real because of all the things I've seen in the world and personally in my life. God wouldn't allow that.
Same.
And I'm like, hey, you know what? It's a strong case.
That's usually how it ends up happening.
Yeah.
In real life. Like,
yeah.
Oh.
Or it's like, oh yeah, God has a plan for everybody. God has a plan for giving kids cancer. God has a plan for letting people die in the streets. God has a plan. It's all part of the plan. It's all part of the plan.
Sounds like the Joker, right?
But when does the plan start working for them? When they die?
Sounds like a pyramid scheme.
Yeah. I have to make a phone call. No, like it's just this old argument that I've heard. It's like, oh no, God has a plan for everything. It's all part of the plan. Like, that's a shitty plan. If God's plan necessitates that someone dies of a horrible illness or an untreatable illness or at a young age,
what'd they learn?
Or in an accident, yeah. Is it like, oh, they died so that I could learn to buckle up? I drove drunk and killed somebody. Well, it's God's plan that they died so I could learn a lesson. That's a terrible fucking plan.
And terrible I learned my lesson. I killed 18 people, but guess what? I asked for forgiveness.
Back again.
Back again.
Yeah. You can do whatever you want. Bing, bang, boob, deathbed repentance. You're in like Flint.
Easy.
You're in there like swimwear.
Listen, same.
Kingdom of Heaven is open all week.
I'm just like, boy, going up to heaven with all those Republicans and Trump and Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Send me to hell. Maybe. Well, they say he changed his life.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, he killed all those people, ate all those people.
He ate them.
Did he eat them? That's
so,
the Dahmer guy?
So, yeah.
I don't know these serial killers.
Megan.
I don't keep track of these motherfuckers.
Show me this clip on TikTok.
These attractive motherfuckers.
These handsome killers. Yeah. But it was a guy talking to a woman, and I think it was from like a movie or a show. He's like, oh, if you're, I'm going to heaven, this and that. It's like, oh, well, what if God doesn't allow you up there? It's like, well, the God I pray to loves everybody, and that's the one that I'm going to go see. And if I get there and they don't allow me because of the things I've done, then I'll be happy to go to hell and see my dad. And I was like, fuck. She's like, I'll be happy to go to hell and see my deadbeat dad again. I was like, that's funny as shit.
I'm just saying, all you gotta do is just kill,
Mm-hmm.
Pray.
I'm sorry about it.
Curse is broken, people.
Yeah.
My next so I didn't even realize I did write Bodyguard because of that clothesline. So I agree with
Took
you.
that dude out of his fucking shoes.
Yeah, it was great. On the WCW versus NWO game on 64, Kevin Nash. So I think you could do 3 different finishing moves. Wait, was it in WCW? WWE 2000? It was another game too. But either way, I think it was WCW NWO, where he grabbed you by the hand, pull you in and clothesline you, and pick you back up by the hand again and do it again. And I would always get like a KO with that. Because in that game you can knock people out to get their meter goes down to. Oh.
Super Shredder, baby.
There was one guy, he was in. Did you play that game, right?
Probably. It's been a long time.
So there was different factions. So you had the WCW, you had the NWO, then you had the whatever league, and then another league. And like there was a ninja character, loved him. That's the only person I played with. He was amazing. But there was a guy in one of those other leagues. He did like a continuous power bomb. So like pick you up, power bomb you, pick you back up again,
nice.
Power bomb you, and then one more time, and then he goes into like a full sit down power bomb. And
nice.
I can play that game all day.
Get a good sit out power bomb always looks pretty good.
It did. It also knocked him out, or they got the pin. Either way, it's a doozy.
Killed him.
Same. Capital T. So my next is actually I like the take on the psychic typewriter. That was interesting.
Yeah.
I was like, she was like, oh no, because what they say, he's like, oh, you got a typewriter. I thought it would be something else.
Yeah, he's like, no crystal ball, no
something
Ouija
like that.
board.
Yeah. And she was like, no, I'm like a secretary.
Yeah.
She was like, I just listen and then I dictate.
Yeah, she's like, they dictate
to me. She was like, I almost said it out loud, but I think she said specifically, she was like, I take diction. And I was like, oh,
Ayo.
Michelle. Everywhere all at once?
Oh my goodness. Oh my God.
Listen.
Stop the damn match.
She's no Helen Mirren, but matter of fact, she's no pregnant Helen Mirren, but you know.
Hottest thing in the world.
Either way. Had to put a mark on her arm. God. I'm so sorry.
That's hilarious.
But yeah, I liked it. She brought out a typewriter, and then she sat in the middle of a seance, and the seance was wild. First off, I thought she was dying. I thought she was getting killed at that moment. I was like, oh, this is because it was fake. Like everybody figured, well, Poirot figured out it was fake, which was amazing. And then she started spinning around. I'm like, wait, is she dying?
Yeah, I was like, is something real happening?
And then like her eye was red, and it was like pulled, like it was oblong.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like her regular eyes. It was just like, and all you saw was like red. And I was like, oh, she's about to die. And then I was like, oh, she isn't.
She's having an attack of something.
And then literally 5 seconds later, she died. And I go,
well,
okay, I didn't see this coming.
Unrelated.
It's completely unrelated, but somehow still related. Yeah, I was just like, okay, well, but I did like the typewriter, and it was funny.
Nice.
It was also just
It's a gimmick.
Yeah, it was a gimmick. Everybody got a gimmick.
I got one. All right. My next one?
Yep.
Well, it's pretty convenient. The next thing I wrote was Confederate in the chimney. Because that's the terminology he used when he reached up there and, like, pulled that fucking dude out of the chimney.
Oh, is that what he said?
Yeah, he's like, the Confederate in the chimney. I was like, what? And he pulled the man out of the chimney. And to go off what you said, I liked that the whole thing was rigged.
Mm-hmm.
Because the typewriter...
Couldn't explain it.
No, there was no explanation until Poirot was like, aha, the obvious man in the chimney. Knocks and pulls his ass out of there, and he's like, with a magnetic remote control. I was like, what? In the 40s?
That's not the point. You're like, what year is this?
Yeah, I was like, did they know? They just discovered seagulls.
There was a computer in 1947. Chris was like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
A seagull?
Yeah, I was like, this... Line it up. It's not lining up. Because like undid the antennas, like magnetic controller, click, and it was typing the thing. Like, okay.
I was like, okay.
Explained. Okay.
Okay.
And then she started spinning around and like fucking screaming and shit. And I was like, ghosts are real, Poirot.
Listen.
You'd best start believing in ghost stories, Mr. Poirot. You're in one.
That's my favorite part.
We need to do those movies.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I agree.
I liked that it was all a setup, which is great. And then she was murdered. And then she told him, like, I need to lighten up, put her mask on him, put the cloak on him. Yeah. And they just wore it. I was like, okay, is someone going to show up dead and they're going to think it's him? Like, is it going to do the twist of he's the murderer? And obviously it wasn't because he has to solve it. But I don't know, I liked it. Because then they talked in the kitchen. He was like, of all the frauds, you are the one with talent? Maybe?
Fair.
She's like, hey man, I'm just trying to get by.
Yeah, and she was very like humble.
Yeah,
she
at that point,
not me.
yeah, at that point she was like, hey man, magic's where you bring the magic within, you invite it in, and then I take it from there. I get,
Yeah. I love Michelle Yeoh's character. She was great.
She was really good. And then so good, in fact, that they had to kill her.
Yeah, kill her.
Yeah, we're killers. We're killers.
I mean, at one point, Poirot was like, you got to stop these tricks. Mm-hmm. And she was like, I don't do tricks.
I don't, though.
Said trick is something I ordered from I was like, Michelle, come on.
Or candy.
Pennies?
The shareholders love me, Michael. Yeah, why wouldn't they? You've only lost them $99 so far. For the same reason you believe that $100 bill is no more than 100 pennies. Fucking shoots the one out of his wrist.
Where's the lighter fluid coming on? I gotta use you. How long can you hold your breath? 20 minutes. Okay,
I
stop.
Believe you. Yeah. God. But still, where did the lighter fluid come from?
But still. Do I smell lighter fluid?
I just got my buddy to watch that show. He'd never seen Arrested Development.
Oh, really? Okay.
I got my buddy Eric to watch it, and he really likes it, which I love.
Of course he would.
We watched 2 episodes. The day we hung out, we watched 2 episodes, and I think 2 days later, he texted me. He's like, episode 11. I was like, all right, shit. And then like a week later, he's like, I'm on season 3. And I was like, let's go.
Push through after that.
I was like, you don't have to watch 4 and 5.
Watch 4 and 5.
But there's good stuff in there.
There is good stuff.
And he's like, it's not bad. It's a little disjointed at first. Like, yeah, I agree, because they also like shot it a different way to begin with, and then reorganized it all for the way that they relaunched or redid it on there. But he likes it, and I'm glad that he likes it, because it's amazing.
Also, same show's somebody had to tell me to watch it. I was like,
the show's great.
Yeah. This girl was pushing. She's like, you need to watch this. You need to watch it. I'm like, fine. And it was great.
There it is.
The only thing she didn't get me to watch was 30 Rock. Couldn't do it.
I have some fond memories of that show, but I feel like I could not sit down and watch it again for some reason.
I tried, got to like the first like 2 episodes, 3 episodes. I was like, this isn't.
I remember some funny bits, but I can't remember like, that episode where this happened.
Because it didn't seem like, a show.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like I don't know. Yeah. It just didn't gel with me. I was like, nah. And then she would send me clips. I'm like, oh, this is funny.
Yeah.
I'm not sitting through the season to get to that, though.
Bit with high def cameras, that was hilarious. Tina Fey looked like herself, and then on the high def camera she looked like a fucking goblin. Alec Baldwin looked like himself, and then on the camera I think they had like just a younger, handsome man on it. And then the Kenneth the Page looked like it was himself, and then he walked in front of the camera and it was a fucking Muppet.
Hilarious.
Like walked past it. I remember that, and I remember a scene with Tracy Morgan's character where someone says something to me. He's like, you better watch out or I'll show you the back of my hand. And he winds up like this, and there's a sticky note on it that says, please be nice to me. And I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Idiot.
I was like, this is fucking stupid.
Dumb. Yeah. Can't do it. I don't know why.
Yeah, like Megan and I have talked about it. She said, you want to watch 30 Rock? I'm like, no.
It's like when I see Reno 911 clips on YouTube, hilarious.
Yeah, because
I'm not watching.
She likes that show a lot. She's like, dude, have you ever watched it? She's like, dude. She calls me dude. Have you ever seen it? And I was like, I've seen it. I didn't think it was that great. And like, she'll show me a clip. I'm like, no, this is pretty funny.
The clips are hilarious.
But if we watch a whole episode and that clip is like 30 seconds of the episode and the rest of it is largely forgettable,
I'm not going to be interested.
Yeah.
Same. I agree.
Yeah. Like 100%. It's just one of those shows that like it can be on and I wouldn't know that this is necessarily supposed to be a comedy maybe at certain points.
Listen, same.
Yeah. Like, is this just like
every clip I've ever seen before TikTok, I did know it was Reno 911. Mm-hmm. It was hilarious, but I didn't know it was Reno 911. Especially the one clip where he goes, he's like, Yeah, you called about some kids in the swimming pool. She's like, yeah. These black kids. Oh, you got a problem with the black kids being in the pool? Blah, blah, blah. Like, he goes off. I forget his name, but the big black dude does that. And she goes, no, they're drowning. He goes, my babies.
The black babies. Yeah.
And I'm like, this is so stupid.
Yeah.
There's one clip it just popped up again, but it popped up before, and I sent it to my wife, and I was like, this is the funniest thing. Because the one lady, they're all terrible. Mm-hmm. The one lady is especially terrible. She walks in, and she goes, white lady, by the way.
Which one? The blonde one?
Not the blonde one, the other one, the skinny one.
So not the concierge that Michael bangs in the hotel in
not
Canada.
her. Oh, that is her. Uh-huh. That's the girl from Bridesmaids. Mm-hmm. I didn't know she was in the office.
Yeah, she's the concierge in Canada.
I just saw that. I saw an episode where we talked about her because I was like, "Who is she? I don't know who she is." And you're like, "Oh, Reno 911." That was before I saw it on TikTok. Yes, she's in Bride. She is a lady. That's the same lady. That's funny. Damn. We didn't think about it at the time, though. Either way, not her. Mm-hmm. The other one.
The one with like the short brown hair?
Yes.
Okay.
She's an idiot.
They're all fucking...
She's an idiot. I've probably seen her on that show, just the clips. Mm-hmm. Seen her say the N-word more times than anybody else.
Oh, dear.
Oh, she says it. And it's I'll be honest, it's hilarious. Damn. She does it at one point. She does it in front of Niecy Nash. Like they're like walking. And she's like, yeah, you gotta be tough. You gotta be a gangster. And she's like, I am. What's up, man? And like she cusses out somebody, and Niecy goes, I love it. She was like, it wasn't too much. She's like, no, it was good. You gotta be a little bit more. She was like, oh, I can do that, man. I was just like, oh my God. But anyway, she walks in. She walks in the door. She goes, I want everybody to kiss or suck my big black dick.
Fuck.
And then she's like, I just won the lottery. Fuck you. Fuck you. And he holds up a newspaper. He's like, it was a fake. She's like, oh, I didn't win? Nope. Okay. The blonde girl comes in with a fur coat. She's like, what's up, bitches? And then the black dude, Cedric Garbo, that's his name. He has it in like a grill. God. It's blinking. It's a like glow up. So he can't talk. So he's like, what's up, bitches? I just won the lottery. Suck my big black dick.
God.
And the one guy goes, to be fair, you were the second person who told us to suck their big black dick. Today, I was like, this is hilarious. Anywho, I don't know why we're talking about Reno 911. Never seen the show.
Never heard of it.
Okay, I believe.
Yes.
Right before this kid and his dad, before he freaks out about to kill the fucking boyfriend, the ex-boyfriend.
Beating his ass.
He's beating the shit out of him.
He's been to war.
Listen. He had that boy's face by that glass.
And he took him to one.
He was like, I will kill you.
Dude. Just give me a reason.
And then the son's like, hey, Dad, hey. He grabbed his face. He was like, look at me. It's okay.
It's me.
It's okay.
It's me.
Literally right before that, I wrote, this kid and his dad. That's what I wrote on my paper. I said, this kid and his dad. And then that happened. I was like, what is this? Why is this kid so grown up? Don't like it. But also, he's kind of funny. He's like, oh, did you hear the voices? Yeah. You died a little bit. You were dead at one point. You're one of them now. The medium, she was a fake. That's why they killed her. I was like, this kid is dark. I was like, I love it, though. So... yeah, and he was the culprit, the kid, the 6-year-old kid, because the kid couldn't have been more than 6. He was young.
Yeah, he started the whole deal.
He was a blackmailer.
Yes, good for him.
I mean, yeah.
I'm 35. I've never blackmailed anybody.
I'm 37.
Like to any real effect.
I blackmail every day.
I'm not gonna say it. I whitemail every day. Yeah, there it is.
What's the one I can't say?
Well, you said it.
Well, Bob. Damn it, Bob.
I mean, you would know from bagels, right? Right, Joey? Or no, what's that, Joey? Johnny. Johnny Rose. What does that mean?
Why do you think
I think I know about bagels, Bob.
Come on. Come on.
Come on. It feels like a swear. I don't know.
Is it because I'm Jewish? Yeah, well, you can say Jewish.
You can say it, Bob. I'm a Jew. That's one I can't say.
God. Oh, he's like, oh, you met that lady? She was nice. Oh, yeah, no, I love her. She's great. She chose my wife. She's so great. Either way, that was my like. Your next like.
All right, my next one. It's like a quick throwaway one, but I like it. The Help always have motive. First enduring to be called The Help.
Big facts.
Yes.
I was like, class warfare, Poirot. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
He doesn't put up with anybody's shit.
That's fair.
But he'll put it out there. He's like, yes, The Help always has motive because everyone treats them poorly.
He treats them like The Help.
Yeah.
Man,
Makes sense to me.
Same. Somebody who's been The Help.
Like, makes sense to me.
Speaking of The Help,
believable.
There's a picture my sister shared. It's of Octavia Spencer,
and
she's walking on the street from the movie The Help,
from the movie Spider-Man,
and it's just a picture of her with the pie in her hand. It's like sometimes you just want to bake these people a pie, and if you've seen The Help,
it's a shit pie, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a shit pie.
Shit pie.
She was eating it too. Never seen the movie because no, love Emma Stone. If I see her as a racist, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna just go watch Spider-Man 2 on loop.
Just watch her die. Just watch that scene over and over again. Just watch that.
Looks like she deserved
Watch that snap.
I can't have that in my mind. I like her too much.
Yeah.
Either way.
But that was my next real quick one.
I have one more.
Okay.
After this, I just was watching a movie.
Yeah, I was largely just watching the movie also.
There was and that's the thing about this movie, because it's not funny. Like Clue, when we watched Clue, it was funny.
Clue was also not funny.
That's it. But you could write down funny shit.
Yeah.
I feel like these movies, it's I just gotta watch it.
Yeah.
I can't really write down oh, I like that, this, and no. Because then I'm going to miss something.
Yeah, because I have to be watching. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I'm going to miss the security guard get bitch slap again.
Bro, listen. So, I only have a couple likes.
Okay.
So, my last one is, I don't know if this is a like or dislike, because it seems like a dislike, but I'm going to just say it, because I don't think I had any dislikes, but if there is a dislike, it's this one. Could they not get more electricity in that fucking house? Because, what year are we in? You got some lights. There are light switches.
They had seagulls. And magnet walkie-talkie switches.
Somebody put out a cell phone. All that I can believe. Why was it so fucking dark in that movie? I mean, and I get it. It's a scary movie.
It's for ambiance.
There would be one lamp, and then they would walk 80 feet, and then nothing for another 80 feet.
To be fair, they had that big-ass chandelier, and it almost killed them kids.
Oh, yeah.
It almost fell on all those children's.
Maybe that's why it was. So who did that?
The ghost?
Oh, he said
it was water damaged ceiling, not used to everybody walking on all the different floors.
That's fair.
But to be fair, when that happened, scared the shit out of me.
Oh, there were so many jump scares in this movie.
Scared the shit out of me.
Bruh. Every time he saw that girl from The Ring, I was like, 7 days. Shit.
I knew something was going to be in that mirror behind him.
Bruh.
I didn't want it to be there, but I knew it was going to be there.
And then he turned around and there was nothing. I was like,
every time.
This is why I don't need to watch these movies.
The water got real hot.
What the fuck was that about? And then turned back on. First off, it turned off. It was all, he turned it on.
Mm-hmm. And the kid's like, he left the taps on. Idiot.
Some things weren't really explained in this movie. But I love it.
Well, yeah.
See.
Yeah. They were, but also, were they not?
They weren't.
Are we not? Are we not? Are we not? Thank you very much.
Is that what he has, a sugar high?
Yes, it's pretzel day. Okay, Office again.
Why not?
That episode, where it's Pam keeping track of everything he does. 10 a.m. Cosby impression.
Hey.
Hey, the Cos. And then 12 p.m. stands in pretzel line. And then at the end of the episode, he managed to close this giant sale. It's like, oh, here's those contracts. This is a really big sale.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know. Like, here's the Caselli contract with the Jello. But when he's all fucking sugared up and he's in the office or in his office, yeah, he's like, yeah, and he's like,
he steps on the chair.
He's like, gets up on the chair, like, he's like really getting into it. And Kevin's like, everyone's like bobbing their head, and Kevin's walking around like, hey. Every time, I love it. And fucking Phyllis tries to do a chat and cut with Bob, and Kevin, they're like Michael and Stanley. The only time they ever are on the same page. You're like, nope, boo, back of the line. It's pretzel day.
Listen, let me tell you something black people don't like. Don't be cutting in the line. The one thing, I don't care what kind of line it is. No. And we gonna look. We like, the fuck?
And then good old Bob Vance. Like, what a couple of Marys. Fuck you, Bob.
And then it made me think, oh shit, what was I thinking of? Oh, I saw a clip again. It's like, hey, you gotta get to the back of the line. Well, that's just racist. What? I didn't even mention race. It's like, well, black on black, I can tell you to get the fucking back of the line.
Curb.
Of course.
Yep.
It's like, but you, white on black?
No.
It's like, now, Jew on Jew.
Yeah, I got that.
Bald on bald.
Yeah,
you can do that. One, but yeah. White on black?
No, can't do it. Can't do it.
It's like, wow. I didn't even mention it. It doesn't matter. Stupid show.
Hilarious. I love it.
I get clips of it and dumb. Stupid show. Stupid fucking show.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that. It's very dumb, but I love it.
There was another clip that came up the other day where he was like, oh, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service. He's like, yeah, nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. You're not going to thank me for my service?
You're not going to. I gotta be excused. Right. And he like walks away. All
right, you know what? Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out of my house. She throws him out of every situation that he acts when he acts up even the smallest amount. Just, fine. You know what? It's a new house. You want to take a tour? Nah, I'm good. You know what? You want to take a tour of my house? Get the fuck out, Larry. Get the fuck out of my house. What? Oh, you got a table, man. Oh, a table. Kitchen. I've seen a kitchen. And then later in the episode, someone gives him a tour and he goes along with it, and the person's like, yeah, I got a table and stuff. Made like a floor in there. It's floor shit. Got some floor shit in there, and he's acting so interested.
Stupid.
It's dumb.
There was one, I think he was sitting with his wife, who's a girl from
Larry was?
Yeah.
Cheryl
Hines. Yep. I liked her. She was in some show. I don't remember what show it was, but anyway, he was in with her. It's like, yeah, thank you for paying for dinner. It's like, oh yeah, thank you. And then the other wife of the other couple was like, you're not gonna thank me?
Yeah.
You don't work. I was like, fair. I swear to, if I would, I would never.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
You're not gonna thank me? No.
No, you didn't pay. Well, I do work at the house. Okay.
It's our money. You don't work.
But if you leave. I was like, wait. I know it's supposed to look misogynistic, but fuck that lady.
Show's hilarious.
I'd have been like, no, you didn't put in on this, Smokey.
There's so many there's so many instances in that show of him, like, people thinking he's such the biggest piece of shit, and more often than not, they are right. And he'll admit it.
He definitely is.
But in situations like that, he's like, you're not going to thank me? I'm like, okay, well, if you're stepping up to Larry David, he's going to knock you down.
Yeah. And then also the fucking thank you for your service one. I was like, I would never. I don't think I've ever said that. Maybe to a server. Maybe.
People have said that. Yeah, when I was waiting tables, people would say that to me, and I never said it back to them.
Yeah.
Especially if they were in the military.
I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I remember the one Veterans Day.
Oh, yeah.
I worked. No, but I don't care.
I
assume you're a veteran.
I'm a veteran after working Veterans Day.
Listen,
at an Olive Garden.
I worked in a family, and I was just like, I was like, oh, okay, cool. But you need a seat? I don't.
Yeah.
You don't? I don't care.
Yeah.
I told the guy, I was like, I just don't care.
You chick farm? Chick farm.
You want a free meal?
Yeah.
Take it. Oh no, we weren't giving free ones out. It was a discount, right?
No,
was it free?
It was free. They had they had like 4 or 5 things they could get. If I remember it was like lasagna, chick parm, ravioli, and like 2 other throwaway meals. Like if you're going for the money, get the chick parm.
Anything on the Never Ending Possible. That's basically what it was.
They're bringing it back too.
I saw that. I didn't know it was 3 months. It's like a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Was it that long before?
I think so.
That's what she said. But
heyo. Yeah, I think I remember it being a pretty lengthy promotion.
I didn't think it was that. I thought it was like 2 weeks.
Longest 3. I wish it was 2 weeks.
It is like
longest
3 or 4 months.
3 months of that restaurant's life.
Yeah, same.
Every year, until COVID, and that thankfully put a break on it for a little bit, and then I got the fuck out before I get right back when I was there.
That's good.
Yeah,
good. Yeah, I was telling Vanessa because we were like, oh, who left first? And I'm like, well, I definitely left first. And then my wife left. And Vanessa was like, yeah, you guys left me there. And I'm like, yes. She's like, that's fucked up. For whom?
That's what you gotta do.
Vanessa, love you. Don't give a fuck.
That's what you gotta do, though.
I was like, the last day I worked, I gave Chris all my tables.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't want to fucking be there.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like,
and then I didn't want to be there after taking all those tables.
I was like, I'm almost certain I only took 1 table after I told him to take tables. And then I was like, I'll just go get salads for you and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought it worked out.
I thought it worked out.
I feel like you try to give me money, and I'm like, nah. Keep that shit. Because I don't want to be.
It was probably an empty gesture. I probably wanted all that money.
No, for sure.
It was probably just me trying to be nice in the back of my head. Like, you better not take this fucking money.
You better not fucking take it.
You better not.
I worked hard for this. Which is fair. You did. And I was like, I don't care about the money. Because I was working.
She works hard for the money.
Listen. So hard for the money. That was all my likes. I don't know. You have any more likes?
I have one more.
I mean, we're going to talk.
Well, I have one more that I wrote. And it is, I like that at the end, he was ready to take more cases.
Yeah,
I like that at the end, he immediately went back to his rooftop table where he has a standing reservation, and didn't close the door behind him.
Saw that.
Didn't have a security guard waiting to clothesline people out of their pants. And that dude was like, just kind of looked around in disbelief before, like, following him in, and all the other people that were waiting were like, oh, he's going in. And he got in there and got to the roof, and Poirot had his papers, had his case shit in hand, and like already had shit going. He's like, the doctor's a family friend. You say so many of your family members have been killed, except for your brother, whose friend is the doctor, who we believe is being put up to this to kill your family one by one, claiming natural causes, and I believe your life is in danger next. Have a seat. And so they sit and talk about it. I was like, he just...
I thought this was going to be the end.
I don't know.
That's the thing. I was like, oh, okay, I can see him. I knew he wasn't dead when, he got drowned.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But I was like, I could see him, like, quitting or actually retiring.
Yeah, because he was in, like, semi-retirement during this.
Because this is the 3rd movie.
Yeah.
So I'm like, makes sense.
Yeah.
He started taking cases. I'm like,
Return of the Jedi.
We need more.
Yeah. I'll take more.
We need more.
I'll watch more of these movies.
100%. because they're great.
Yeah, I like a good mystery.
The classic whodunit.
Yeah, and I like that he said it in the movie.
Same. But yeah,
that's the last thing that I wrote for a like. I have one more thing for likes, or in the vein of a like. I don't know how, but I know how I knew it. I didn't have it all figured out.
Yes,
but
there was at one point I saw you like. Yes!
Well, when he first got the teacup, when they first gave him the tea after everything happened, or like during the beginning of the movie, he's like, "Oh, have some tea," you know. No one else had it, and I didn't think anything. I was, "Oh, just giving him some tea, whatever." And then when the dude cut his finger, and they're like, "Oh, put some honey on it," and he's like, "It's not wildflower." I was like, "There's something up with that."
Yeah,
I was like, "There's something up with that," because it was probably. I was like, "There's probably something in the tea."
I don't know what, but I knew something was about.
I assumed something in the tea. I didn't think it was going to be like poison honey. I thought it was. I figured something to do with the honey, but I thought maybe it was going to be like when he's like, "Oh, you tore out your rainbow flowers and planted only one color of flowers." Like, is that opium? Is he drugged right now? And I was like, no, you wouldn't get high off of opium honey, would you? For like poppy honey, I wouldn't think so. But I thought something was suspicious with the tea and the honey. I didn't know how until they all said it, and that's when she was like, "Oh yeah, for a wildflower honey," and I was like, "Bitch!"
So
she was poisoning that kid.
Fair, 100%.
It's
Sixth Sense.
The
Bruce Willis all over again.
The Act.
Oh yeah, that too.
Yeah,
but it happened in Sixth Sense when the little girl died, and the mom didn't know that the little girl had a video camera set up. So Haley Joel Osment like goes up to the room, talks to her because she's dead, and she pushes out a videotape to him. And then Bruce Willis, because he's dead, but at the time you don't know he's dead, but he walks in with Haley Joel Osment to a wake, and they don't know any of these people, but they're just walking around, whatever. Haley Joel Osment sitting on a swing talking to the ghost of the daughter who died. Then they walk upstairs, and then she like pushes a tape out. So he grabs a tape and brings it to the dad who's grieving, and the dad he's like, "She wanted you to have this," and he goes crying. He's like, "Okay." He puts it in a VCR with 100 people watching, and then it shows her setting up. Shows a little girl setting up the video camera. The mom, like, it's on her dresser, like she can't see it because it's like behind something. So the mom brings in her food plate, sets it on her dresser. You see her open up a bottle. She starts stirring it in, and then she's like, "Here, drink it." She's like, "Oh, it tastes terrible." She's like, "It's okay. It's gonna taste terrible. Just drink it because it's medicine." Yeah,
you've been poisoned.
Yep. And everybody watches. Then the mom comes in like from the kitchen. She's like, "I got more."
She gonna poison all them too?
Listen, and then they walked out. Like Haley Jones and Bruce Willis just walked out, and I was like, "We need to go back into the house. I don't want to go back into the house. I need that drama because she's a killer. She's a killer.
Killers."
So yeah, but yes,
I didn't figure it out, but I figured something was up with the honey.
I got two of those too.
Okay,
two.
Who?
The medium. Mm-hmm. She walked by that statue and looked at it, and she was like, "We won't see each other again." And I was like,
Yeah, she's like, "We won't meet again," and then she is murdered.
2 seconds later.
Well, you got one thing right.
And when she walked, she looked up at the statue with the hand out, and then the camera, like, you see her looking, and then the camera goes over top of it. And I was like, "That's weird." And then 2 seconds later, she was in it, and I was like, "That's it."
She was muck duck.
Listen, the second one, I didn't know something was up with the honey. I didn't think poison. One, the mom lied because she was like, "Yeah, after she died, I tore up the flower bed because I couldn't deal with because this was our spot." And then when he talked to the fiance, he was like, "Yeah, she dug up the flower bed way before whatever, blah blah, and planted something different." And I was like, interesting. And then when it was like, oh,
fucking bitch,
I found the honey in the linen cabinet. I literally was like, that's dumb.
Yeah, because she was like, I thought the cabinets were empty.
Yeah, she goes, oh my god, blah, blah. And I was just like, I don't know what goes on in the 40s. People, they used to do stupid things in the 40s, like store stuff like milk, not milk, but other things where it shouldn't be. And then they learn, like, oh, we got to keep this refrigerated.
Goodbye, chunky lemon.
Listen, same. And so I was just like, oh, okay, well, I guess honey in a linen cabinet. Yeah, well, I guess. I just chalked it up to like,
stranger things have happened.
This is a weird country for me as an American, and it was also 80 years ago.
It's a different time.
It's a different time.
It's a different time.
So I just left it alone. And then he's like, we got the honey out of the thing, and you were hiding. And I was like, it wasn't supposed to be in the fucking linen cabinet ever. And I was like, I fucking knew.
Isn't that kind of wild to think about? That this movie's set in like 47, and that was like 80 years ago?
Yeah. Time is fleeting, Chris.
Yes.
And I'm 37, okay? I get it.
I like how you made a Facebook post about that, and you were like 40 adjacent, or like a newly minted 40-year-old, and like 3 people in their comments were like, you're 40?
Fucking idiots. Like, read the fucking post.
And I was like, and I think Megan says, like, wait, how old is Keith? I was like, he's like 37, 38. He's like 2 years older than me. He ain't 40.
I said, well, that's the thing. I said, newly minted near 40. Just read, people.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not 40.
You're 40?
I don't mind getting older, but
yeah,
let's get it correct, though. I want to be correct more than I want to be some old hot guy, which I'm trying.
Ooh.
Hot tie guy. Oh, there's that ass.
Oh, don't take it away.
Oh, don't take it away. Almost choked on espresso. Any dislikes? Or were you done with that? Like, I know.
Yeah, I'm good on that.
Dislikes.
Yeah.
Same. I didn't write it down, but yeah.
I didn't either, but I have one.
Let's go.
Tina Fey's a fucking bitch. To Poirot.
I thought they were cool at first.
So did I, but then the whole movie when she's like, "Oh, you used to be not Hercule Poirot anymore. You used to be Hercule Poirot. Oh, you can't do this, can't do that." I was like, "Who the fuck is she?"
And then to be fair, she was like, "I made you famous."
Yeah, because and then like
that's when I was like, "Oh, she's a bitch."
And you get the sense that she was egging him on to like kind of push him toward, which he didn't need any fucking help because he's fucking Hercule Poirot.
He always needs help.
And she called him Hercules, and I was like, "Fuck you."
Yeah, that was the one time she called him Hercules. I was like,
"What?" So like, was it kind of funny?
No. I was not amused, Chris. I was like,
no, and neither was he.
That's not his name.
Yeah, and she's like, "Yo, you're not Hercule Poirot. He used to be Poirot." I was like, "Who the fuck is she?"
Yeah,
she's capitalizing off of his name,
fair,
and like writing characters based on him.
No. She was writing him.
Yeah, like she was quote writing characters quote based on him, thinly veiled, based on him. I was like, no, you're a user,
an abuser.
You're a bitch. You're a lover.
Go ahead.
You're Hulk Hogan. Hey there, brother.
My dislike is it kind of ended abruptly. I was like, oh, we're at the part where he solves it. I felt like it was like super short, like because something happened and I didn't know. Because usually he comes like in the other movies, he's like this. Oh, okay, cool. This one he was like, I don't know, got it, and I was like, where'd that come from? Like it was just so weird. I don't know.
I'm guessing it's just because of like the honey thing where he was like, that cleared up a lot of things that I had questions about. Like to him, like in his own head. To me, he was like, oh, I've been poisoned.
Which is fair.
Well, that explains everything.
But was he? Because he was still seeing shit way after he was poisoned.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that next.
Well, he was.
It's not a dislike for me. Are ghosts real in this movie? Because, yes, he was seeing shit. He saw when he chased the murderer out onto the balcony, which was the mother. Surprise. The one you most medium suspect.
Same.
He chases her to the balcony, and she has her killing weapon, that trowel or the garden rake, whatever the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
She had it drawn and ready. And he looks past her, like the lightning flashes, and he looks past her, and you see the ghost or the form of the dead daughter in midair behind her.
Yes.
And then, did she not
grab her and pull her,
turn that bitch around and yank her over the balcony?
That's exactly what happened.
Because that's what it looked like to me.
But then,
and then Poirot's like, "What the
it wasn't me.
Case closed."
I mean, case drowned.
Yeah,
because then she was getting pulled down by the siren of her daughter.
Yes, are ghosts or are they not real?
I mean, listen,
it's not a dislike.
No,
because I guess similar to Inception, it's open to your interpretation. Our interpretation is that ghost grabbed her mom by the collar and pulled her down, yanked her off the fucking top of Hell in a Cell.
Same.
Into the water below.
100%.
Into her watery grave.
Yeah. Slushie meter. Or you got more? Because I'm cool.
That's it. Tina Fey being a bitch and the ambiguity of the ghosts, not a dislike. Tina Fey being a bitch is a dislike just for Tina Fey. The ambiguity of spirits and ghosts was not a dislike.
That's right.
And there is one other thing I wanted to say that I did like. I forgot to say it. When he's with the security guard near the end, he's like, "Well, do you want me to? Are you gonna escort me?" He's like, "Do you want me to escort you home, or do you want to turn me in?" And he's like, "Well, in the light of day, neither of those things seem necessary." And I was like,
I'm gonna just fire you.
Yeah. Yeah. Like,
watch yourself.
I was like, you didn't murder anybody.
Fair.
You didn't set up the medium to get killed.
Fair.
You didn't throw the lady off the balcony. You were involved in the case way back when, and were therefore prone to superstition about everything since you thought it was spirits. Like, you were influenced, but you didn't kill anybody.
I thought that was good when he was like, "You've been here before." He's like, "What? No." He's like, "You knew where the phone was," and
I didn't think about it.
I couldn't figure out who was who sometimes. Mm-hmm. So when he called, I didn't think that was the bodyguard.
I didn't think anything of it, just because he opened the globe up, and I was like, interesting place for a phone. Didn't think twice about how would he know where that is.
I didn't know it was him. I thought it was somebody else in the house who lived there, which I didn't even know. You know, at that point there were too many new characters. I didn't know who was who. So when he picked up the phone, I was like, "Oh, okay, this guy lives here," because who would know that? That's the first thing I thought. Then it just left my mind. Then he was like, "You knew where it was," and I was like, "Son of a bitch." I snuffed it out. I'm a hero. But yeah. So, okay, Slushie meter.
Okay.
Who wants to go first?
I will decline to speak first. I think I got a number in mind.
3.54.
5.4?
Not 5.4. 5 or 4.
Oh, okay.
3.5 or 4. I'm leaning towards 3.5.
Okay.
I don't know, because I liked it. I really did like it. I'm gonna watch it again this weekend.
I think I'm gonna go 4.
I think I will too.
I liked it.
Same.
It was just enough of the jump scares and creepy atmosphere that it didn't put me off.
Same.
And even though when it happened, every time that fucking bird was involved, I was like, "This is terrifying."
Fucking bird. Talk about that goddamn stupid ass bird.
Oh God! I was like, "No, kill it! Shut that thing up."
When the bird spoke the name, though, I was like, "Okay, how did we set that up?"
I thought the bird was the one singing for a hot minute because birds can mimic human speech
apparently
very accurately, or other sound effects like Michael Winslow can do that also. So it was just one of those things where I was like, is it the bird? But then Poirot was like, no one else hears this.
Except for the kid, fucking kid and the dad.
Except for the ghost child.
Also.
Except for the ghost child joylessly masturbating in the bathroom.
Oh, man. But yeah, I'm going to go for it. I really like this movie. I thought it was a good movie.
Yeah, I liked it. It was just creepy enough.
Yeah.
And I I think I'm discovering that I like a good mystery.
I'm happy.
With these movies and the Rian Johnson
Glass Knives.
Netflix.
That's not it.
Knives
out.
Knife onion.
Onion out.
Yes.
Dwight out.
With those and these Agatha Christie movies and Clue, obviously. Yeah, I think I like a good mystery.
Same. Okay.
I like it.
Well, go see it. And that's all I got.
Yeah, or don't. I mean, I don't get paid.
Go see it. Fucking see it so we can get another one. We need a box office hit so we can get another one.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, actually, do go see it because I would like to see more of these movies.
Same.
I hope there's more like in the pipeline. Just like, I hope they got them all ready.
Last thing I'll say before we go. I appreciated that lady was on a movie date by herself. The old lady. I was like, I could do it. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to just be old. And she had a big thing of fucking popcorn. She had a big old pop. It was a fucking big swallow, giant swallow of a pop. She could barely carry it. She was probably like 70.
It's like $15 right there.
Just for the juice, yeah.
It's probably all she's going to have today.
It was probably Pepsi. Oh, 100%. Oh, that was dinner.
That's probably all she's going to have today.
Well, what time we leave? 4? That was dinner.
Yeah.
100%. 100% that was dinner.
Go home, watch the news. Straight to bed.
Straight to jail.
Jail.
She's going to overcook her fish. Straight to jail.
In jail.
Overcook. Okay, that's it. We're out. Go do all the things. I'm going to start posting a little bit more, maybe. Don't hold me to it.
All right.
But also, I've been thinking about bringing back the other podcast. I've been thinking about it.
Ooh,
I need an outlet. I got to talk to somebody.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah. Plus, also, I got called out on Facebook for being for sneak dissing somebody, which I didn't do. So I'm gonna stop posting on Facebook because I don't need that kind of drama.
Wait, sneak diss in the podcast?
No, sneak dissing in my post.
Oh,
I was talking about something about a football game, and I was like, "Oh, I saw this comment," which I always do. I go to the comments. Everybody knows that. And I was like, "Oh, I saw this comment, blah blah blah," and I said it in my post. And a guy that I'm friends with was like, "Oh, you saw my post, and now he's like, why don't you just post on my posters?" I'm like, bro, first off, I did see your post. But I would have just responded to you. 4 hours later, I saw the ESPN post, and I was like, I want to make a post about this. Because I was at work, and I only take a break at like 9 and then 2. So it was like a 5-hour gap between when I saw his post and the other post. Not about you, sir. So anyway. So I might be bringing it back because I need an outlet.
I would enjoy that.
Yeah, me
because
too.
I'm a staunch supporter of it, and I love hearing it. And also, it makes me feel good when you shout me out for this one.
Money.
And I'm not gonna lie about it.
I shouted you out at the wedding. I was like, I want everybody to know that.
Yes, you did.
That they ain't been following us.
And there were people there that were like, "You got a podcast?"
Yeah, motherfucker.
And we were like, "Yeah,
100 episodes.
Totally have a podcast."
Do you have a podcast? Of course I have a podcast. You have a podcast?
I'm at a podcast.
No, swear. I was like, I told Lydia, I was like, me on the mic is dangerous. Not because I'm going to say something crazy.
Get the button ready.
Because I'm airing out all my grievances at this point. I'm drunk. Probably was high. Okay. No problems. And I was like, it's a wedding.
It's your wedding day.
Everybody's about to get.
No one can tell you anything.
I cry if I want to. All right, guys. Do all the things. We're out of here. This is Keith.
And Chris.
All right, bye.